Up here, we've got elixirs on here, new strings that he wanted, new wiring through here. We've changed the grounds. We've got the pot cleaned up, all our pots, brand new pots down here. I decided to change the pots in the end anyway, just in case there were some funny joints. It is a 5-year-old guitar. What else did we do? You pick up a bit of a cleanup. Oh, the neck, of course. Let's talk about that. We can't not talk about that. Let me turn this off. Okay, so the neck we carved. We flattened it out a little bit. So that's the neck now. It's a little bit on the thinner side, more of a C. It used to be a bit chunkier on the sides, more of a D. It's flattened that right out, so it feels really, really slim. Easy with your thumb control. You can bring the thumb right over nice and easy without any gaps or any hurdles to jump there. So it's a lot slicker to play, and hopefully he likes it. I think he will. That action's really, really good. Nice and low. It's super, super duper. It's reasonably low. Doesn't need much to fret out. So it's good. It feels great. It feels really good. I'm happy with that. I'm really, really happy with that. And I'm sure he will as well. Not being a super shredder. He is more of a rhythm and a chord guy, but it plays really easily. Plays really easily. Okay, time to move on. Yeah, Terry, I'll tell you what I did with the truss rod. So we didn't really touch. There was a little bit, as I said, with the D, it's a little bit thicker through the middle. We probably took about 1 millimeter off the middle, but we took about 3 mil or 1/8 of an inch off the edges. It was more so smoothing those because it was quite high and it kept high and then it dropped away like a D. If you can imagine a D being really high and falling away, whereas now we flatten those corners and we've given it a nice smooth little speed bump rather than a huge mountain. When I say mountain, it wasn't that much higher. It's only 1 mil thicker, but it was higher on the edges. The edges is where you're going to notice a great difference when you wrap your hand around there and your thumb positioning. Yeah, look, he loves, Leslie, the guy loves the guitar. He wanted me to, he ordered one exactly like this. I made it. It exceeded his expectations, but he wasn't happy with, once he started playing more and more, he just wanted minor adjustments, and that's what we did effectively. And he wanted a different pickup because I had just average pickups in it because he didn't want to put anything special until he decided he wants that super high gain in the bridge because he does play in a heavy rock, hard rock band. They play a lot of covers from the 70s and 80s as well that are rockier, and they also want that 90s grunge as well. So a bit of everything he plays. So it works out, you know, as an all-rounder, this guitar can probably do it now. That neck pickup is really, really slick. It's nice and not hot, but it's got a really nice mellow tone and really good mids. So you can play even acoustic on this if you set it up right. You could probably play some really nice quiet pieces as well. Okay, let's put that away. Let's get our other guy in and see what that looks like. We're going to work on the blue guitar, the blue telly. We've almost got this perfectly flat. Almost, I say. There's a few little ripples around the edges. It's looking pretty good though. If I pop that on there, let's show you a closer look on the big screen first, and then we'll. So this guy here, guys and girls, look at that. Okay, so you can see there's a little bit wavy and ripply. We've got to level that out now, right? It's got 5 coats on it. We're going to hit that with 400 and get that flat, and then we're going to maybe see if we can go higher and see what kind of a finish we get underneath it if it doesn't need another coat. The beauty is we can always lay another coat on it. Let's try that and see what we look like. So we're going to do a wet 400 sand with a sander. I'm set up to go. But first things first, Terry, I'm going to show you the exciting new tools and weaponry of our choice. So there's that guy there. Okay, need to flatten that out. Now, these things here, Terry, look at this. A little drill-based pad with Velcro. And we have micro pads. Look at these. 240, too heavy. But have a look at these ones. 3,000, 1,000. All the grits in between that we never had, 5,000. 10,000. So we go from 8 to 10 to 12. I can see you'll probably salivate. Look, 800, your favorite that we didn't have. 1,500 and 2,000. So we've got a large range. Ooh, ha. Yes, Terry's going to have kittens. She loves these things, and she's probably going to sit there stressing tonight, even though she's got audits on, wondering about how she's going. She needs to know, already her OCD is kicking in. She needs to know what these grits are, what their order is, and how is she going to incorporate them into the sanding schedule. Am I right, Terry? Are you stressing? You're not stressing. 400, Terry, look at that. So we've got a few little tools. What we're going to do is hit this with water, and we're going to hit this with soapy water. And we're going to sand that with a 400 disc, which I've got right here, I believe, 400. I'm going to put a new one on. I'm going to use the sander, lightly get over there and get those ripples. They look worse than they are, but obviously you can see them when it's shiny like that. When you flatten it out, you'll be able to feel and understand and know how far we are off there. It's got enough build up on there now to sand back a little bit and flatten out. It's flatter than it was the last time I did it, so it's getting there. Okay, there's our guy. Now, I've got the vacuum hooked up. I've got everything ready to go. We don't need a mask because nothing's getting kicked up. There's a couple of scratches and stuff in there that I missed, so I'm going to have to flatten that right out. Okay, water. A little bit of detergent, not much, just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. We don't want lather and froth. We just want lubrication. So it's about 3 or 4 drops of detergent in there, in this small 300, 250 mils. Give that a good thorough wetting down. You can feel that's nice and greasy, nice and slippery. I'm going to turn the vacuum. I'm going to turn the vacuum on. I'm going to. Terry needs to know the numbers. Okay, let's start with the numbers. Terry, I'm going to give you the high numbers first. We know we get to 6. So start at 800. We know there's 4 and 6. So the lesser grits are 4, 6, 8, and 1,000. Then there's 1,200. Then there's 1,500. Then there's 2,000. Then there's 3,000. Then there's 4,000, 5,000. Then there's 6,000. Then there's 10,000. And I think that's the highest. I'll double check them and I'll send you. Don't do anything. Don't stress. I'll send you a DM. I'll send you a private message with all the numbers and you can knock yourself out. Okay. So I'm going to turn the volume down slightly. I'm going to turn this vacuum up so it's a little bit noisy. So I'm going to kill that noise. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to wipe that down and just inspect the surface, see how we're going with those ripples and see if we're flattening that out a bit. Let me grab a clean cloth. Clean cloth, here's one. I prepared it earlier. Give that slush a nice wipe down. Yeah, it's a lot smoother. It's dull, of course, because it's taken that shine out, but you can see see that shiny light right there, that line? Right there, there's a shiny line. Okay, that's a low spot. They're low spots. That's why they're shiny. The rest is flattened out. So that's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for. Low spots. And we can backfill those with a little bit of resin and then reflatten that area, and that should even it up. I don't want to keep sanding through all the coats just to get to them, so I'm going to backfill those with a little tiny bit of brush, some resin on there, let it settle in those grooves. We're going to inspect this now carefully. And the beauty of high gloss is it does stand out. So if we tilt that towards the light and we look at this area first, right, there you go. That's flat. That's low. Those ripples through there are low. I didn't concentrate on that area too much. I can probably hit that a bit more. This side's good, all flat. Down the back here, shine, aha. See the low spots? Little tiny low spots everywhere. They're starting to show up now. So we've got a couple around here. I'm not too concerned about those because they're going to be covered with buttons as well, but I do want to get them as flat as possible. There's just a few around the pockets, a couple around the edges, and that makes sense because we tend to focus a lot on the middle and we've got to hit those edges a little bit more, right? But we don't want to go too close. So what I'm going to do is probably give this one more coat, especially focus around the edges, give it a very light coat so that we don't go through completely. I can probably hit those edges a little bit more and get to those low spots. I might just give that a light touch just here and here because they're quite deep. I don't want to go too far, too hard. Let me give that this area a little touch and see what results I get. Either way, I can put another coat on. Road Rash, what's happening? How you doing, man? The Road Rash is in the house. Good stuff, man. Good to see you. Okay, so let me just quickly hit that a bit with some more, just around here. See if we can probably flatten that out just a touch more. Turning the sound down again, just to protect your ears.